Never go wrong with a bit of H2O. Yes, guys, welcome back to... Oh, wow, we screwed that one up. Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for what could potentially be the third video of the day. If you're not yet subscribed, please do so. And if you are enjoying the regular Chelsea news updates as we're going crazy in the transfer market, be sure to hit the like button on this one. In this video, we're going to be focusing less on Raphinha, less on attacking players, and that long known, we should be dealing with this right now, kind of problem of centre-backs. Chelsea have lost Rudiger, we have lost Christensen, two very good established defenders at the club. And this summer, with a war chest, with new owner Todd Boehly, it is absolutely undeniable that we need to invest in the centre-backs. There have been some updates today regarding an existing Chelsea centre-back, a long-term transfer target in Kalidou Koulibaly, and then there is also ideas that Chelsea might be balking at the idea of having to spend 100 million on Mattijs Ligt. Skriniar, there is potential that Chelsea might be able to negotiate a cheaper deal for Milan Skriniar at Inter Milan due to the way that Chelsea have now conducted the business with Romelu Lukaku. Inter Milan can be very, very happy with the way this whole Lukaku story has panned out. Not only did they make 100 million, but they get him back on loan and he passed his medical, which might be a surprise to some of you, but he's back at Inter Milan. It's all confirmed. He's wearing the scarf around his neck again, and Chelsea might be able to benefit from this in the pursuit of Milan Skriniar. But the first piece of news that we need to discuss is about Levi Colwill. If you're not massively into Chelsea other than like a match-by-match basis, you watch the games, you think, you know a little bit about the other European top leagues and stuff, you might not know too much about Levi Colwill. But when it comes to a lot of Chelsea fans' anticipation of academy products and near graduates into the first team, there is so much hope for Levi Colwill in the centre-back position that I've watched so much of him over the last year, and I am beyond impressed with what this guy was doing at Huddersfield. I think he's got what looks to be, as a physical body, a man who could be a bully of a centre-back as he continues to grow and develop. He is a natural leader on the pitch. The Championship is not an easy league, so any defender who succeeds in the Championship needs to be taken seriously, especially when you come up from a Chelsea academy and you are significantly younger than other centre-backs that Chelsea might currently be looking to spend significant pieces of money on. We also need to remember that over the last few years, we've made mistakes in the defender market. We've let Fikayo Tomori go, Mark Guehi go to Crystal Palace, who I think could be a future England captain potentially. You've also let Tino Livramento go. Chelsea have let so many defenders go. Tariq Lamptey. The list goes on here. So when I'm seeing rumours that Levi Colwill may potentially leave Chelsea this summer, he's got 4 years left on his current contract, which means clubs are going to have to spend pretty big, you'd hope, to get this player. But that isn't the way it goes. With no Premier League experience, no one is going to be going out there and spending the kind of money that you would want to get for a player with this level of potential. That is why Crystal Palace managed to sign Mark Guehi for less than 20 million. It is why we let Livramento go for 5 million. Teams only knew that these players were good because the Chelsea Academy has such a brilliant recognition from the rest of the footballing world. But until players have proven it at this level, Chelsea are kind of stuck. And players like a Colwill or Livramento might be looking at their opportunities thinking, well, am I really going to break through here? I want to be playing football. Southampton, in the Livramento case, Premier League club, I might as well go there. And the fee, I know I'm worth more than 5 mil, I know I've got that ability, but not my problem, mate. And everybody seems to go. Levi Colwill this summer is wanted by a host of Premier League clubs. There's no way this guy goes back into the Championship again. Leicester, Forest, Southampton, Brighton, just to name 4, are reportedly interested in the player. I think it is absolutely essential, pivotal, one of the top priorities now that we got rid of Lukaku. Raphinha's coming through the door. We don't sell this guy. In my opinion, if Chelsea sell Levi Colwill this summer, it is a disastrous piece of business, and it is proof once again that we don't learn from the mistakes that we have seen in the past few years of selling players who are clearly good enough just because of I don't quite know what. And I think if Thomas Tuchel doesn't want to take a look at Colwill this summer, it proves that he's not really interested in the youth, which he should be if he wants to be a long-term Chelsea manager. I do believe that he will be given a pre-season. I don't think Colwell's sale will happen at all, but I think even a loan could be something that has to happen later in the window if Thomas Tuchel doesn't believe he's ready when he comes in, trains with the rest of the players. You've got two polar opposites in terms of where their careers are at. Thiago Silva, Levi Colwill. The potential could be there. But when Thomas Tuchel is working with both of these players, he will know if Colwill is at the level that, say, a Chalobah was in pre-season last year. I think he will be. And I would love to see Levi Colwill be in this Chelsea squad this season. We've still got Trev. Let's not forget about that. We're also still being linked to buy two centre-backs, which we're going to move on to in a second. But Levi Colwill, if we can only get one target in centre-back and we're ending up having to break the bank for someone else, then I strongly consider Chelsea giving this guy a go. And I would love to see a few pre-season matches with him in the team, see how comfortable he is on the ball. If you've not seen him play yet, super comfortable on the ball, seems to have like a charismatic leadership mentality on the pitch, brilliant in the air, wins tackles, and comes out from the back as well. This guy is a baller. But we move into the news that Chelsea again, we talked about this one before, Kalidou Koulibaly. Chelsea have added Koulibaly to the list as we believe that Mattijs Ligt and Milan Skriniar are a little bit too expensive. So, Kalidou Koulibaly, what's the situation at Napoli? There's been a lot of talk that he might leave this summer. There were links to Barcelona. He's also only got 1 year left on his contract. So, even though Napoli this summer have lost a few players already, they brought a couple in as well, I think, but they might not want to be changing things too much as the Italian league is getting a lot more competitive again now with both the Milan teams on the way up. Napoli got Champions League football. That could be a reason for Koulibaly to let that contract wear down. But I do think that this signing for Chelsea, when we talk and look at the Ligt Skriniar deals, we'll talk about Skriniar personally a bit more in a minute, but Juventus have made it pretty clear that they don't want Timo Werner. Chelsea's 45 million bid was rejected. They weren't interested in it. I'm not sure if it was a bid or just like a proposal that was put towards Juventus. De Ligt is a great player in the sense of he can play anywhere along a back three or within a back two as well. But I do think Koulibaly at 31, if Levi Colwill is given that opportunity, 31 is certainly not the kind of age of Thiago Silva where we're kind of talking about a season by season. Is he still got it? Does he want to do it? Okay, great. And then the end of next season, we're going to have the same questions again. 31 years old, Koulibaly could still have 4 or 5 years at the very top of the game. With 1 year left on that contract, we're not going to be talking 100 million like we were a couple of seasons ago for this guy. It will be significantly less than a Mattijs de Ligt. Moving into Skriniar. There are talks that maybe, because of the business that Chelsea have done with Inter Milan this summer regarding Lukaku, there could well be a little bit more movement from Inter Milan in this price. To me, this certainly sounds like very hopeful, clutching at straws mentality. If Inter Milan said they wanted 70 to 100 million earlier in the summer, just because they got a good deal with Lukaku, I don't really see this one moving. The longer Chelsea go, without bringing in another centre-back, the more desperate we look, the more desperate we are. But at the same time, potentially, with all of these time gaps between interest, our bids being made, the more players hear about this kind of stuff, the more pressure internally that comes from the player to the club. And if the club know that it could get messy and the player's like hands in a transfer request or whatever, then Chelsea's power position gets stronger again. So we're going to have to watch this space with this one. Nathan Ake, I spoke about him in the first video of the day today, where I discussed how this doesn't feel to me like the smartest bit of business from Chelsea. Rudiger is a world-class centre-back, top level. Nathan Ake ended the season very well for Man City, but is he that kind of top level? The same as Rudiger? Are we going to go for a like here, or are we just bringing names in to save a bit of money for other areas of the field when defence has been the priority? That is my concern with Nathan Ake. Koulibaly, I think, is always going to be a solid signing, despite the age. If we can get a good price, then it's great. Ligt, brilliant player, could be excellent. Skriniar, same again, but we are talking considerable wedge for these two. Jules Koundé, no idea what's happened with this one. You guys know I had like a little allergy to talking about him here on GBFC because it just seemed like the worst kept secret ever. But at this point, who knows what's going to bloody happen with this geezer as well? Is he even top target anymore? Doesn't look like it. Chelsea linked with everybody in the centre-back position. You can even ask me, played at the Wembley Cup, only conceded 7 in that game. Although the other game I was a goalie. Didn't concede a single goal in my time on the pitch at Wembley. Claim to fame. But anyway, all of the videos that I've also posted today are going to be left in the description down below. Raphinha agreeing the deal to come to Chelsea is also in the description. Go and check it out, and I'll see you guys later. Come on, you Blues.